Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel of Givemock. I hope you all are doing good and you all are working hard for your upcoming examination. So guys, today in this video we have come up with the most important MCQ series on financial awareness for the month of September 2020. ओके गाइज मैं ये एक्सपेक्ट करूँगा कि आप लोग जितने भी क्वेश्चंस हैं इस वीडियो में आप भी अटेम्प्ट करें एंड यू कैन जनरली असेस योर लेवल ऑफ प्रिपरेशन बाय डूइंग दिस. ओके, देयर आर टोटल 40 क्वेश्चंस इन दिस वीडियो. ओके, try to attempt and you can comment your scores below in the comment section. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just get started with the first question. So guys, the first question in this video is NSC has added a voice based negotiation facility with modern tools in its recently launched platform for debt security. You need to name the platform. Okay, you can go through the options here. Option A is request for negotiation, option B is request for quote, option C is request for debt, and option D is request for voice. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option B, that is request for quote. Alright, moving on to the question number 2. Sebi has prescribed dash years time period for reporting violations under the insider trading laws through the informant mechanism. So option A is 5 years, option B is 1 year, option C is 3 years, and option D is 2 years. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option C, that is 3 years. Moving on to the question number 3. In its recent guidelines, SEBI has capped the fee of investment advisors up to what percent of total asset under advice? You can go through the options. Option A is 1.5%, option B is 0.75%, option C is 0.5%, and option D is 2.5%. So the correct answer to this question is option D, that is 2.5%. That is the maximum amount an investment advisor can charge to their clients. Alright, so moving to the question number 4. Domestic rating agency ICRA estimated that India's GDP will contract by dash in the current fiscal 2020-21. Options are option A is 12%, option B is 11%, option C is 9%, and option D is 15%. So the correct answer is option B, that is 11%. Alright, so guys, moving on to the question number 5. Reserve Bank of India approved that a day-to-day affairs of the lender will be managed by committee of directors composed 3 independent directors. You need to name the lender. Guys, recently एक प्राइवेट बैंक डे टू डे अफेयर्स मैनेज करने के लिए आरबीआई ने कमिटी ऑफ डायरेक्टर अपॉइंट किया है. कमिटी ऑफ डायरेक्टर में 3 इंडिपेंडेंट डायरेक्टर्स है. सो उस लेंडर का नाम क्या है? यू कैन गो थ्रू द ऑप्शंस. ऑप्शन ए इज लक्ष्मी विलास बैंक, ऑप्शन बी इज कर्नाटका बैंक, ऑप्शन सी इज रत्नाकर बैंक, एंड ऑप्शन डी इज जम्मू एंड कश्मीर बैंक. सो गाइज, द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन ए, दैट इज लक्ष्मी विलास बैंक. ऑलराइट, मूविंग ऑन टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 6. So, Reserve Bank of India has robbed in which of the following celebrity for the customer awareness campaign to prevent gullible account holders from being duped by fraudsters? So, you can go through the option. Option A is Virat Kohli, option B is Akshay Kumar, option C is Amitabh Bachchan, and option D is Ranveer Kapoor. So, the correct answer is option C, Amitabh Bachchan. उन्हें अपॉइंट किया गया है आरबीआई के द्वारा टू स्प्रेड अवेयरनेस रिगार्डिंग द fraudulent attempts by fraudsters. Okay, moving on to the question number 7. Which of the following company has received in principle approval from RBI to set up Bharat bill payment operating unit to handle payment services? You can go through the option. Option A is eClerx Services, option B is Hinduja Global, option C is Allsec Fintech, and option D is Vakirangi Limited. So guys, the correct answer is option D, that is Vakirangi Limited. They have got the approval to set up Bharat bill payment operating unit. Alright, so moving to the question number 8. The Reserve Bank of India has come out with 5-pillared strategic approach to deal with cybersecurity threats being faced by Urban Cooperative Banks. You need to name the approach adopted. RBI ने guys recently एक strategy formulate किया है, that is 5-pillared strategy. उसका एक नाम दिया गया है. You need to name that particular strategy. So you can go through the options here. Option A is Pancharaksha, option B is Guard, option C is Cyber Guard, and option D is Urban Sec. The question is very very important from the RBI Grade B examination point of view, Sebi Grade A examination point of view, and other bank exams. So you can go through the options. I'll tell you the correct answers. The correct answer to the question is option B, that is Guard. The option GUARD is the 5-pillared strategic approach which comprises governance oversight. G stands for governance oversight, U stands for utile technology investment, A stands for appropriate regulation and supervision, R stands for robust collaboration, and D stands for developing necessary IT and cybersecurity skill set. Alright. Moving to the question number 9, who has been appointed as new administrator of Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank? Alright, so you can go to the option. Option A is A.K. Das, option B is Sanjay Kumar, option C is Virupaksha Mishra, and option D is Vijay Dubey. So the correct answer to this question is option A, that is A.K. Das. Alright, moving on to the question number 10. Reserve Bank of India on Friday laid down guidelines for appointment of chief compliance officer in banks. According to RBI, the CCO should be appointed for minimum how many years? So options are: option A is 4 years, option B is 5 years, option C is 3 years, and option D is 10 years. So the correct answer to this question is option C, that is 3 years. RBI के सर्कुलर के मुताबिक द CCO जो चीफ कंप्लायंस ऑफिसर बैंक्स को अपॉइंट करना है, दे शुड अपॉइंट द CCO फॉर मिनिमम फिक्स्ड पीरियड ऑफ 3 years. ओके, और उनका जो रैंक होता है वो दैट शुड नॉट बी बिलो जनरल मैनेजर रैंक. ऑलराइट, सो गाइज मूविंग ऑन टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 11. क्वेश्चन नंबर 11 इज द रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया इज इन द प्रोसेस ऑफ constructing an index to assess the digitization in the country. You need to name the index. So you can go through the options here. Option A is Digital Pay Index, option B is Digi India, option C is Digital Reach Index, and option D is Digital Payment Index. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option D, that is Digital Payment Index. RBI ने ये index जो formulate किया है, that is अभी ये formulate नहीं हुआ है. It is in the process of constructing an index. RBI actually is going to construct an index which will assess the digitization in the country. So guys, moving on to the question number 12. KB Kamath panel set up by RBI on debt recast has identified how many sectors impacted by COVID-19 for a loan restructuring scheme. So options are: option A is 26 sectors, option B is 32 sectors, option C is 40 sectors, and option D is 22 sectors. So the correct answer to this question is option A, that is 26 sectors. एक्चुअली KB कामत जो है उन्होंने 26 सेक्टर्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया है जिन्हें कोविड-19 जो लोन रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग स्कीम के अंडर में आएंगे, एंड दिस सेक्टर्स हैव बीन बैडली इम्पैक्टेड बाय द कोविड-19 पेंडेमिक. ऑलराइट, सो इसमें जो 5 की रेशियोज हैं जो उन्होंने कंसिडर किया है, दैट इज टोटल आउटसाइड लाइबिलिटी एडजस्टेबल टेंजिबल TOL TNW, total debt by EBITDA, current ratio, debt service coverage ratio, and average debt service coverage ratio. So moving on to the question number 13, the Reserve Bank of India increased the loan limit for the renewable energy sector under priority sector lending from 15 crore to rupees. You can go through the options. Option A is 40 crores, option B is 20 crores, option C is 25 crores, and option D is 30 crores. So guys, the correct answer is option D, that is 30 crores. Okay. The limit for the renewable energy sector under priority sector has been increased from 15 to 30 crores. All right. Moving on to the question number 14. Recently, RBI revised the priority sector guidelines. Under the revised guidelines, loans towards a startup, to how much amount would qualify for priority sector lending? Okay. स्टार्टअप के लिए गाइज जो RBI ने जो रिसेंटली प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर गाइडलाइंस जो मॉडिफाई किया है, रिवाइज किया है, उसके अंदर में स्टार्टअप को कितना लोन जो बैंक्स देंगे वो प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर के अंदर में क्वालिफाई करेगा, कितने अमाउंट तक. सो यू कैन गो थ्रू द ऑप्शन. ऑप्शन ए इज़ 25 करोड़, ऑप्शन बी इज़ 50 करोड़, ऑप्शन सी इज़ 100 करोड़, एंड ऑप्शन डी इज़ 10 करोड़. सो गाइस, द करेक्ट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज़ 50 करोड़. 50 करोड़ तक अगर स्टार्टअप को लोन देंगी बैंक्स तो वो प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर के अंडर में क्वालिफाई करेगा. ओके, एज पर द रिवाइज्ड गाइडलाइंस ऑफ प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर. सो मूविंग ऑन टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 15. IRDAI हैज आइडेंटिफाइड विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इंश्योरर्स as domestically systematic important insurers, or DSII. So you can go through the options here. Guys, the correct answer is to this question is option C, that is LIC, GIC, and New India Insurance. So LIC, GIC, and New India Insurance has been identified as domestically systematic important insurance by Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India, IRDAI. Okay. Moving on to the question number 16. India has entered into a memorandum of understanding with which of the following country in the field of intellectual property cooperation? Go through the options. Option A is Switzerland, option B is Denmark, option C is USA, and option D is Germany. So the correct answer to this question is option B, that is Denmark. All right. Moving on to the question number 17. Which of the following company has launched the campaign titled Contactless Connections, which aims to spreads the message that love and care can be shared even during this difficult period where social distancing is the norm? So the correct answer to the question is option D, that is SBI card. SBI card has launched this campaign. All right. Moving on to the question number 18. Which of the following institution has approved a $300 million loan to finance inclusive water supply and sanitation infrastructure and services in secondary towns of Rajasthan? You can go through the options here. Option A is Asian Development Bank, option B is World Bank, option C is International Monetary Fund, and option D is AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. So the correct answer to this question is option A, that is Asian Development Bank. All right. Moving on to the question number 19. The National Council of Applied Economic Research has projected the Indian economy will contract by dash in FY21. So you can go through the option here. Option A is 11.2%, option B is 13.5%, option C is 12.6%, and option D is 14.0%. The correct answer to this question is option C, that is 12.6%. NCAER ने ये प्रोजेक्ट किया है. They have predicted कि 12.6% से इंडियन इकोनॉमी घट जाएगी in the financial year 21. All right, India's GDP. Okay, so moving to the question number 20. Which of the following bank has launched Safe Pay, a contactless debit card payment facility? So the correct answer to this question is option B, that is IDFC First Bank. All right. So moving to the question number 21. Which of the following bank became the first bank in India which uses satellite data to assess the credit worthiness of farmers? So you can go through the options here. I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is ICICI. They have become the first bank in India to use satellite data to assess the credit worthiness of farmers. All right. So moving on to the question number 22. Which of the following UN body has predicted that the GDP of India will contract by 5.9% in the year 2020? You can go through the options here. Option A is UNDP, option B is World Bank, option C is International Monetary Fund, and option D is UNCTAD, UNCTAD. So the correct answer to this question is option D, that is UNCTAD. They actually UNCTAD क्या करता है? They prepare a trade and development report 2020. They publish a report. उस report में इन्होंने predict किया है कि India's GDP will contract by 5.9%. Okay. So moving on to the question number 23. SIP in fixed income, SIFI in short, scheme has been launched by which of the following asset management company? You can go through the options here. Option A is Nippon India, option B is Aditya Birla Money, option C is HDFC Mutual Fund, and option D is IDFC Mutual Fund. So the correct answer to this question is D. That is IDFC Mutual Fund. Moving on to the question number 24. Rating agency Fitch Solutions has predicted India's GDP growth in financial year 2020-21 at dash. Option A is minus 4.3, option B is minus 8.6%, option C is minus 7.4%, and option D is minus 11.2%. So the correct answer to this question is minus 8.6%. So India's GDP growth will contract by 8.6% as per the rating agency Fitch Solutions. Okay. So question number 25. Which of the following person has been appointed as executive director at World Bank? You can go through the options here. Option A is KB Kamath, option B is Ashok M Pinto, option C is Rajesh Khullar, and option D is Rajiv Topno. So the correct answer to this question is option C, that is Rajesh Khullar. All right. So moving on to the question number 26. State Bank of India is going to launch an artificial intelligence loan product for organic cotton growers. You need to name the product. All right. So option A is Safe and Fast Cotton Loan, option B is Grow Cot, option C is Safal, and option D is Organic Weavers Loan. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option C, that is Safal. It stands for Safe and Fast Agricultural Loan. So it's been introduced by State Bank of India for organic cotton growers. Okay. So moving on to the question number 27. Under the ease Enhanced Access and Service Excellence Reforms Index 2.0, which of the following bank has bagged the first spot? So you can go through the options here. Option A is Bank of Baroda, option B is Oriental Bank of Commerce, option C is State Bank of India, and option D is Punjab National Bank. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option A, that is Bank of Baroda. All right. Moving on to the question number 28. As per Moody's rating forecast, India's economy will contract by dash in the FY 2021. You can go through the options here. Option A is 11.4%, option B is 11.5%, option C is 10.6%, and option D is 11.2%. So guys, the correct answer is option B, 11.5%. So as per Moody's rating, India's economy will contract by 11.5%. Okay. So question number 29. Again, it is related to the India's economy, India's GDP. All right. As per CRISIL rating forecast, India's GDP or economy will contract by dash in the FY 2021. So you can go through the options here. The correct answer to this question is option A, that is 9%. As per CRISIL rating, India's economy will contract by 9%. All right. Now moving on to the question number 30. As per India's rating forecast, India's economy will contract by dash in the FY 2021. The correct answer to this question is option D, that is 11.8%. So Indra has forecasted that India's economy will contract by 11.8%. Okay. Moving on to the question number 31. As per S&P Global Rating Project forecast, India's economy will contract by dash in the FY 2021. Option A is 6.7%, option B is 3.5%, option C is 9%, and option D is 8.4%. The correct answer is option C, that is 9%. Alright. Moving on to the question number 32. Samir Kumar Khare has been appointed as Executive Director of which of the following institution? Option A is AIIB, option B is ADB, option C is World Bank, and option D is SBI. So guys, the correct answer is option B, that is ADB, Asian Development Bank. Alright. Moving on to the question number 33. Which of the following person has been appointed as first female CEO of the Citigroup? So options are Indra New, option B is Mary Barra, option C is Jane Fraser, and option D is Ginny Rometty. So guys, the correct answer is option C, that is Jane Fraser. Alright, she has been appointed as the first female CEO of the Citigroup. Moving on to the question number 34. ICICI Bank has launched a new product to cater the banking needs of startups and entrepreneurs. You need to name the product. So option A is iSahyog, option B is iStarters, option C is iStartup 2.0, and option D is iStart Banking 2.0. So guys, the correct answer is option C, that is iStartup 2.0. Alright. So moving on to the question number 35. Which of the following financial institution has launched a virtual property exhibition under the name Home Utsav, which will digitally showcase real estate projects by renowned developers across India? So option A is Axis Bank, option B is ICICI Bank, option C is SBI, and option D is Bank of Baroda. So guys, the correct answer to this question is option B, that is ICICI Bank. They have started this initiative. Alright, moving on to the question number 36. Which of the following financial institution has set up a new vertical called Emerging Entrepreneurs Business to support the emerging needs of the unbanked and underbanked segment of the customer? So you can go through the options. I'll tell you the correct answer. The correct answer is option D, that is Bandhan Bank. Alright guys, moving on to the question number 37. In the recently introduced National Strategy for Financial Education by RBI, which of the following is not part of 5C approach recommended by the document? So you can go through the options here. Option A is community, B is consent, option C is capacity, option D is collaboration. So guys, the correct answer is option B, that is consent. That is not part of the 5C approach. I'll tell you the 5C approach involves content, capacity, community, communication, collaboration. Okay, if you need to read the entire document on NSFE, I'll put a link. I'll put a link of the document in the description box. Okay. So guys, moving to the question number 38. Which of the following organization or rating agency expects that the Indian economy will contract by 10.2% in FY21? So option A is AECD, option B is World Bank, option C is S&P Global, and option D is International Monetary Fund. So the correct answer to this question is option A, that is OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Alright, moving on to the question number 39. Government set up a 3-member committee to examine calls for relief on interest banks are charging on loan installment. Who is the chairperson of the committee? Options are: option A is Rajiv Maharishi, option B is RH Dholakia, option C is Ashima Goyal, and option D is B Sriram. So guys, the correct answer is option A, that is Rajiv Maharishi. Moving on to the last question of the video, that is question number 40. Who has been appointed as MD and CEO of Punjab and Sindh Bank? So guys, the correct answer to this question is option C, that is S Krishnan. Alright, so guys, we have come to an end. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe the channel, and please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much.